Director for the Regional Outreach Program at the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. I'd like to welcome you here today to our state capitol. I'll be the MC for the portion of our rally. I'd like to introduce our first speaker, Ashmore, who is the Deputy Director for Regional Outreach. He's speaking on behalf of Governor Pat Quinn.
Thank you and good afternoon. Welcome to Springfield. I want to say welcome to you on behalf of Governor Pat Quinn. As most of you know, the Illinois Main Street program has been a priority for Governor Quinn since 2003 when he first took office as Lieutenant Governor. Though the program has encountered some budgetary obstacles and administrative setbacks, we have moved forward and addressed these issues. Today, I am pleased to announce on behalf of Governor Pat Quinn a new partnership between the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and the Illinois Historic Preservation Agency, reinforcing a long-standing relationship between the two agencies in support of the Illinois Main Street program. Moving forward, yes. Moving forward, working together, these two agencies will build a stronger, more viable program for the citizens of Illinois. Under this new partnership, the Office of Regional Outreach at DCEO will serve as Illinois' state's coordinating program and work with Illinois' 51 local Main Street communities. DCEO staff will continue to provide organizational, promotional, and economic restructuring services to the local Main Street program, while IHPA will provide design training and support services to the Illinois Main Street communities. Through the efforts of DCEO and IHPA, each Illinois Main Street community can draw upon the significant expertise of both these agencies. Illinois is a diverse state, and the Main Street communities are struggling, each with their own individual needs. The new Illinois Main Street program will strive to recognize these needs and deliver services and educational trainings specific to the Main Street approach. Nationally, Main Street communities and their local programs have created nearly 915,000 jobs and represent public and private reinvestment of over $48 billion. This combined expertise for supporting the Illinois Main Street program has proven over and over again that it is not only good for strengthening Illinois' communities in general, but it is also good for the state's economy overall. Governor Quinn commends the efforts of the Illinois Main Street communities to keep their program alive. I am here today to express Governor Quinn's commitment to the Illinois Main Street program and his support of House Bill 3414, which is the Illinois Main Street Act. Welcome to Springfield and enjoy your day at the Capitol. Thank you.
Thank you, Andre. Our next speaker is D.K. Hirner. D.K. is the Chief of Staff for Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon.
Thank you and good afternoon. I am so pleased to be here today on behalf of Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon. She wishes that she could be here with you, but unfortunately she had a conflict this afternoon. She will be joining you, though, this evening at the reception at the mansion, and I know that she looks very much forward to having the chance to meet each and every one of you. You know, she is pleased. Lieutenant Governor Simon is extremely pleased that she will have a role as being the ambassador for our Main Street program. And she strongly supports and is very pleased as well about adoption by a unanimous vote, by the way, in the House here in Illinois of the Main Street Act, House Bill 3414. So we're very proud of that act, and we say, but you know, the job is only half done, so it's over in the Senate now, and so we would ask that you today, as you're here in town visiting your senators, please do take the opportunity to go to your senator and ask him or her to support House Bill 3414 when it's brought for a vote in the Senate. You know, the Lieutenant Governor has had the fortunate opportunity to visit all 102 counties in the state state of Illinois, and she intends to continue her outreach to rural Illinois. The Lieutenant Governor actually chairs the Governor's Rural Affairs Council and feels that that is a very important contribution to our office, and we feel that the economic vitality that main streets generate in our communities is one of the most important things that we can do in rural Illinois. We share your enthusiasm for the potential for economic development. We'd like to thank our partners in this, the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and the Illinois Historic Preservation Agency. Again, there is nothing more important that we do to revitalize and increase the vitality of our state than support our very important Main Street program. So congratulations so far on your hard work for having had the bill adopted in the House. We know you're going to have it adopted in the Senate, and we will have one of the most vibrant Main Street programs in the entire United States. So here's to you. I'd just like to say again, the Lieutenant Governor is sorry she could not be here with you today, but she will see you this evening at the mansion, and she looks forward to saying hi to each and every one of you. Thank you, and thank you for being here, and thank you for being so dedicated to our Main Street program.
Thank you, DK. Our next speaker is Teresa Lynch. Teresa is the Senior Main Street Program Officer at the National Trust for Main Street Center.
I can't tell you the great pleasure I have in coming here and seeing this revitalization of the Illinois Main Street program. You guys are great. The support that you've gotten from Governor Quinn, from Lieutenant Governor Simon, and most of all, the happy seating of this program within the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, combined with the partnership that you have with your Historic Preservation Office, it's going to be a winner. You know, Illinois has such a great history behind it with regard to the Main Street program. I can't tell you how often I have talked about the very beginnings of the pilot project in 1977 to 1980, when Galesburg, Illinois was one of those pilot communities. So that name gets repeated over and over again as we've seen how that Main Street idea moved into this great coordinating program idea. It's often been said at the National Trust for Historic Preservation that Main Street was the greatest idea that the National Trust ever had. Well, I think the second greatest idea was the spread of that methodology through the coordinating programs. And now we have 47 coordinating programs, not only statewide coordinating programs, we have 40 of those, but we have 5 citywide coordinating programs, and we have 2 regional programs, coordinating programs. All of those are so important to the success of your local Main Street programs, and you know that. All of you managers who are out there, all of you board members, all of you who have been working in your local communities, what would you do? And I can't imagine what I would have done when I was a Main Street manager without my statewide coordinating program to lend that helping hand. So we're so pleased that this has come about. Thank you for inviting me. Good luck.
Thank you, Teresa. Our next speaker is Chris Morris. Chris is the Program Officer for the Midwest Office for the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Chris will also be reading a statement from Landmarks, Illinois. As most of you know, Landmarks had put us on the 10 most endangered list last year for 2010 as the Main Street program as the state coordinating partner. This year, I'm pleased to announce that we have now been moved to the saved category for the Illinois Landmarks.
Thank you, Amy, and thank you everyone for coming out today. I'm just so pleased to be able to join you here today. This is It's really wonderful to see how much support there is in Illinois for this program that's helped so many communities across the state. The National Trust has worked very closely with Amy and the DCO staff over the last year as they've rethought and reorganized Illinois Main Street. We've been incredibly impressed, not only with their dedication to the program, but with the tremendous amount of work that they've accomplished. We're particularly excited to learn, as I'm sure are you, that an excellent team of consultants, all of whom have very deep roots here in Illinois and within Illinois Main Street, will soon start visiting your towns to begin the assessment process. This is an incredibly important step that's going to help all of the Main Street communities identify the kinds of services and programs that will be most useful to them. And once the assessment process is underway, the National Trust Main Street Center looks forward to sending you a second online survey. Hopefully most of you completed the first one that was sent out last year. We want to use this to help gauge the progress of the program. So please make sure to provide us with your honest impressions of how it's going, how much it's improved, and suggestions for ways that you think that it can be made better. We really do want to try to lift this suspension as soon as possible, given all the great progress that's been made over the past year. As Amy said, I'm also representing Landmarks Illinois today. Unfortunately, Jim Peters, who's the president of Landmarks Illinois, our statewide preservation advocacy organization, couldn't join us here today. And as some of you may remember, they did list the Illinois Main Street program on their 10 most endangered in response to some of the devastating cuts in staff and budget. Because they're a partner of the National Trust, Jim asked me to share this statement with you on his behalf. Illinois Main Street has been one of the great economic development success stories in Illinois. When Landmarks included it on our 10 most endangered list in 2010, we hoped it would bring attention to how extremely important this program is to dozens of communities across the state. We're very excited about DCO's progress in returning the Illinois Main Street program to its full capacity, and I can say I think we all are too. Officially locating Illinois Main Street within DCO is part of that return to full capacity, as is the intergovernmental agreement with IHBA and the consultant services, so we feel like they've really made some great progress. And we're very, very supportive of the legislation that's moving through right now, 3414, and it's actually one of the steps that was recommended by the National Main Street Center as critical to getting the suspension lifted. So I'm very happy to be here with all of you today as we help try to make that next step happen. So go talk to your legislatures and get this done. Thanks, everybody.
Say thank you to all of our speakers today. I do encourage you to visit your legislators this afternoon and ask them to sign on as sponsors for House Bill 3414. Senator Sullivan has indicated that it will be called next week for third reading in front of the Senate. We'd love to have some more support behind the bill as well. I'd now like to invite you up to the Senate gallery. If you could join me on the second floor from the Senate chambers, we'll be going into the Senate.